Most of the time, when we talk about improvisation, we focus on what to play, which scale, which notes, which licks. But often, the real problem isn't choosing what to play, it's playing too much, mindlessly filling every bar just because we can. Even the best ideas won't land if we don't give them space to breathe. In this video, I'll show you a simple practice game that trains you to use space deliberately, so your ideas feel intentional, your solos develop shape, and the notes that you do choose to play really mean something. Listen to this. And now listen to this. That last example was part of Miles Davis's solo on Blues by 5. There's a link in the description if you want to hear the whole thing. The first time I played, I deliberately filled up all the space. There was nothing technically wrong with the notes or ideas, but there's such a big difference when Miles plays. Miles is a true master of space. He plays an idea, just a few notes, and then he waits, and then adds another thought, and then waits again. He listens, he leaves room for the rhythm section to respond, and then he continues. Everything he plays is so intentional. He never plays just because he can. He only plays when he's got something to say. Listen again and really notice the space this time. There's far more space in that solo than you might expect. The solo always has momentum, but Miles doesn't force it. He trusts the band to carry the time forward in the rests, and when he does play, the ideas land with weight. So here's a game I like to use with my students and in my own practice. I'll show you it on a 12-bar blues in concert B-flat major, but you can use it on any tune. In the game, we deliberately restrict when we're allowed to play. We force ourselves to leave space. It might feel uncomfortable at first, and that's the point. Before we can master space, we have to become comfortable not filling it. In level 1, the goal is play for 1 bar and rest for 3 bars. So here's the pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and we'll play 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3. Play 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3. Now, there's one extra rule. When you're resting, physically stop. If you're playing a wind instrument or a brass instrument, take the horn out of your mouth and breathe. If you play another kind of instrument, take your hands off the instrument. Only return when it's time to play. It might feel strange, but that's intentional. Stick with it. So here's how level 1 might sound. If you try this, you'll probably notice it's really difficult to stop after only 1 bar. If you want to practice this properly, I've made a guided play-along video where I'll walk you through it and I'll show you exactly when to play and when to rest. And I've also made a free PDF that you can use in your practice sessions that lays out all the levels of this game clearly so you can keep coming back to it. There are links to both of those in the description below. So when you do play this game, keep it really simple, just a few notes. You don't even have to fill the whole bar. Just stay with it until the silence starts to feel normal. The rules in level 2 are play for 2 bars and rest for 2 bars. And this is what that might sound like. really simple. And notice how it feels to begin an idea after that gap when you've had time to think. Does it change what you play? In level 3, we'll break the symmetry. Up till now, if you added together the bars that we played and the bars that we rested, it always added up to 4. And 4 is such a familiar phrase length, we're really used to it. But now we're going to play for 3 bars and rest for 2 bars, so we'll be playing 5-bar phrases. Now that the phrase lengths stop lining up neatly in 4-bar patterns, it's going to feel slightly funny against our form. It won't line up with the natural phrases of the form anymore. But that slight awkwardness is useful. It helps us to break out of our comfort zone. So this is how that could sound. We've been very specific so far, but in level 4 we're going to allow a bit more freedom. You can play as long as you like, your phrases can be whatever length you feel like. However, every time you come to the end of a phrase, take the horn out of your mouth or your hands off your instrument and wait for at least 2 bars. Take a full breath, listen and wait. If you lose track of counting, that's okay, it can be longer than 2 bars, just don't make it any shorter. So this is how that could sound. If you take your time through these levels, by this point hopefully you'll feel a bit more at ease sitting in the silence. So in level 5 we're going to remove most of the rules. You don't have to count bars anymore, all you have to do is improvise, but there are still 2 things that I want you to do. The first one, every time you come to the end of a phrase, take your instrument out of your mouth or take your hands off and wait a little bit longer than you normally would, just slightly longer than feels comfortable. Listen, take a few breaths before you play again. And the second thing I want you to do, every time you're about to play an idea, stop, don't play it, let it go by and play the next idea instead. Now you're not playing out of habit, you're choosing. We wouldn't perform like this all the time, it would be too self-conscious. But as a practice tool, this is really powerful. It trains intention, it shapes phrasing, it changes your relationship to your ideas. I don't like to use overused terms like game changer very much, but this one really will make you think and play differently. Make sure you try it. And this is how it could sound. To try this properly, download the free PDF. It lays out all the levels of this game clearly so you can return to them in your own practice. And join me as well for the guided play along video. I'll walk you through exactly when to play and when to wait, and we'll do this exercise together. I've been playing professionally for over 20 years and I still come back to this game. Every time I do, I hear something new. It really deepens my connection to the music and makes me much more intentional about what I play. If you try it yourself, let me know in the comments how it feels. I'm going to return as well to the Miles Davis solo that I talked about at the beginning of this video really soon, as I've got another exercise where we can really dig into how Miles in particular uses space, and we can learn directly from his example. So if you want to take ideas like this even further, make sure you look out for that one. I release weekly videos on this channel with practical games like this, designed to turn musical concepts into instincts that you can rely on when you're actually playing. If you found this helpful, like the video and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.